Hi guys, how are you? Oh look, I'm in the Globe this week. Is this fun or what? This is a picture a friend of mine, Jeff Knight, took. Great story. Listen, I'm on my way to do the Actors Live Chat Show. You want to follow me? Come on. We can actually. It's going to be on the airwaves in probably about an hour. Should be fun. I'm talking about my book, My True Hidden Hollywood Story. Yeah, I know. I've heard a lot of response to this book. I think you're going to love the book. It's a fabulous book. Hold on a second. Anyway, I've never done a live chat show. I don't know who I'm doing it with, but it should be a lot of fun. Why don't you follow me to the show? Come on.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Brett's Hollywood Story. No. Welcome to the Actors E! Chat Show, everybody. I'm your host, Brett Walkow. We are here every day. Every day? Almost every day. I'm here every Wednesday to bring you so much entertainment. Today, I am very excited, actually, because I mentioned Hollywood Story because you hear all the time, oh, I have a Hollywood story, I have a Hollywood story. It's not a Hollywood story. It's just somebody that, I don't know, got in a fight at a club. I think that's what it is nowadays. But today, we have a guest that she is the true Hollywood story. She has been on Young and the Restless for over a decade. She has entertained the troops, and she's got a video out on the internet now that I think is going to go cult classic on us. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, please welcome Brenda Dickson. This is the book. We're going to be talking about it the whole episode. I mean, I did really mean what I said. I mean, you've had such an amazing career, and so many people try to fashion themselves that they have this Hollywood story. There it is, right there. Is that a full website for it, or is that your website?
That's my website,
okay,
where you can order the book. It's on pre-order now.
Yeah.
The hard copy, and then you can order the Amazon and the Barnes & Noble.
Awesome.
So
this is the book, everybody. I'm being silly, but it's really a great book, and I really love that you got an opportunity to tell your story because you've been through so much in your career.
Yes.
What is it like to be famous? I mean, you are, iconic in so many ways, and how do you? I've always wondered that. No, because here you are just trying to live your life during certain parts of your career.
Yes.
Sometimes you're like, oh, I want to do a play, or I want to do this, I want to do that. What's it like? Please tell us.
I'll tell you, Brett, it's really wonderful to be famous because you always have friends everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Now, some people don't like it. I love it.
That's what I always thought. I was like, it's fun.
You're always being treated so nicely,
yeah,
and I just have these fans that have followed me everywhere. And even though I had been off the show for many, many years, I wrote, produced, directed a film called Welcome to My Home.
Yes.
3 million people viewed in, and Sony Pictures took it off the air. Okay.
Okay, wait. We're going to talk more.
Illegally.
We're going to talk more about that in a second because I think that's just awesome. Well, not that they took it off the air. That'd be mean. You're watching Actors E! I'm your host, Brett Walkow. We'll be back with Brenda Dickson. We're back with Brenda Dickson. Now, I think that's so neat that you created this show. Was it My Home?
Welcome to My Home.
Welcome to My Home, and it caught on a decade later on the internet,
yeah,
with people just going like, we love this thing.
It was a reality show, and it was the first reality show.
I was going to say before reality
ever.
shows, yeah.
Yes, and so the industry got a whiff of it, and they started doing, like the Kardashians started doing their thing, and I brought people into my home and showed them my cat, my dog, my house, how to exercise, how to cook healthy food, and they got a whiff of it, and they started doing reality shows. So it was the first reality show ever. Sony whipped it off the air, said they owned it. I wrote, produced, and directed after I left The Young and the Restless, and it became a pop culture hit.
Wow.
Okay? So, but this is what I'm up against. They took it off the air. So this is sort of a dangerous thing. It's and the book has a lot of things in it that they don't want people to hear. So it's a fabulous book that way. So I've been getting all 5-star reviews on Amazon and on Barnes & Noble. And this weekend, okay, somebody went in with these horrible things and said horrible things about me, and I've been trying to get Amazon to take them down. They said bitter, angry woman.
You mean like the reviews?
Yeah, it's not a review, and it's against the guidelines on Amazon. And so they said bitter, angry woman, and then they lied about some things in the book that called me a liar that I can prove instantly. And yet Amazon has kept them up for 3 days. We'll see. I'm talking to Amazon now.
I think they have to, but you know what the thing is?
No, they don't have to. There are guidelines.
There are guidelines.
Let me just tell you this in case you write a book. There are guidelines on Amazon that says that they can't do anything spiteful, and they must be honest. They have to give an honest review. So if they make up a bunch of lies and they do
if it's an attack on you, then
yes,
it's okay.
It's exactly what this was this weekend. And so I guess you're going to get that, but they do.
You're
have to
gonna
take
though.
it
You know,
down.
I mean, the thing is good for you that you're bold enough to just go for it with this book. It's gonna, stuff's gonna come at you. When I started doing the YouTube thing, people would write the most insane comments like, "I hate your hair," and I was like, "What?" Like an argument would go on down the page for like 20 minutes. Like,
nice.
"I hate his hair too. We should shave it. Let's go over to his house." I'm like, "What are these people talking about?"
Brett, she has a question.
Oh, whatever. She's just the producer. She has an internet chatter. That's the internet chatter. She goes like this, like a little kid, like, "I have to go potty."
Thank you, Brett. I needed that.
That was classy, right?
Yes, it was.
It is.
One of our chatters.
Yes, what was the chatter like to know?
The chatter says that they like soaps all over the world, and you, Brenda, have fans all over the world.
Oh, that's nice.
Where best did you ever like being to meet your fans?
Where did you like what?
Where did you like going to meet your fans?
Where did you like going when you went around? Where are some of your favorite fans at?
My fans are on Facebook. A lot of my fans are on Facebook, and if you're on Facebook, I have Facebook professional pages and a Facebook page. So come and visit me on Facebook.
Are you a
Love to
Facebook person?
see
You love to chat?
Yes, I like to chat. Not too much.
Because you're not talkative at all.
I do like to talk, and my diehard fans have come to visit me on Facebook, and they're so supportive of me and so supportive of the book. In fact, I'm doing my first signing on Facebook.
Are you?
Yeah, I have so many people that have ordered the book in advance that I'm signing it for them on Facebook.
See, that's what I like. Hollywood can be what it is, and I've always said to people who are starting out, it's a roller coaster ride. But what's great is when the fans come out for you. The fans have been pushing your career. They're like, "We love her. We want her." I mean, I think the home thing's going to become a little cult classic. And then now the book, the people are like, "We want to read it." So forget the other people, crazy people.
I know.
"I don't like your hair."
I like your hair.
Oh, thanks.
It's very pretty.
It's my
You have beautiful hair.
I feel pretty. But yeah, no, that we're in that era of the internet and social media where it becomes overwhelming to a lot of us, but it also can be beneficial. The fans can go, "No, we want to see her. We want this."
Well, there are going to be people that are going to want to stop the book. So when I first released the book, the Huffington Post came out with a line that Brenda Dickson is homeless. And so you couldn't even get to me on the internet to order my book because the top line on Google was Brenda Dickson is homeless. And this went on like a virus for 3 days. So there are going to be people who are going to want to block my book from being sold. But it's still selling, so too bad.
That's amazing.
Still getting 5-star reviews. Too bad.
We should do a little fake picture of you homeless.
There it is. There it is. Brenda Dickson. Then they did a retraction. I never talked to the interviewer, and she never talked to me for the retraction, so the retraction isn't even correct. So they don't talk to you at the Huffington Post, okay?
And what do you do? I mean,
is that
hard for you?
That was very hard for me because I had just announced my book, and so I tried to get it down, and they didn't. And I Facebooked the girl who wrote it, and then she contacted me. I said, this is defamation of character. You know what that is? And she still didn't take it down because they were getting so many hits. I have a highly rated website. Over 1 million people, almost 2 million people view in periodically to read my website, my Red Carpet Madness and everything else. So they were collecting all the hits and making all this money off of this incredible virus that they created because they have thousands of viewers that hook onto the Post. So they could just keep this generating. So they did it for 3 days, and yes, it was very upsetting to me to have that happen.
Well, don't you think, I say this easily, but it's hard emotionally, but all press is good press in a way that, hear all these people battling over your book online, it's just going to steer. This is the website right here, right?
This is the Red Carpet Madness.
That's
Can I hang out with you doing that middle picture right there?
Yeah, that was at the Academy Awards this year.
Was it?
Yeah, it was so much fun.
You look saucy.
Another question.
Oh, you have another question?
She's taking your job, Brett.
Whatever.
Hey, a couple of
You're
questions.
fired.
Thank you. All right, turn
Okay,
on
we're
the
fired,
lights,
member.
everybody.
He's firing Pepper J. Wait a minute, she owns this show.
And watch it just goes.
Brett,
Wait.
well-
Yes, Pepper.
One chatter says the fact that they said you were homeless will probably sell more books.
Yeah.
I did sell quite a few books subsequently.
There
Yes. Just
you go.
Bing, 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 ding, 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 ding. So I don't know, but it did embarrass me personally.
It's hard.
You
People
know.
attack you, they're attacking you. We have another question.
Another chatter says you are so beautiful. Do you have any like health or beauty tips as to how do you do that?
I am
Health and beauty tips?
Oh, yeah. You don't need any brand.
She was going to powder me.
No, I was going to powder him, but he's already powdered. He came powdered.
You can powder me anytime.
And I can change his diapers, too. So
We don't
anyway,
talk about role play on this show. What? That was weird.
I'm writing a book about, it's called My Hollywood Survival Guide, and it comes
that's
after
great.
this book. And it's everything to do about your skin, hair, makeup, figure, what's available to you today, everything, especially how to keep your weight down and how to go, from a young girl into your 60s and remain vibrant and beautiful. It's so important, this book. So welcome to My Home Was Like That. I was very, very ahead of my time. And at that point in time, when I did that show in 1987, people weren't exercising and eating properly. So I take them into my home, and I take them into my kitchen, and there I am in one of my 80s gowns, a gold 80s gown, and I teach them actually point blank how to put the makeup on. I start with no makeup. And then I teach them how to eat and how to exercise because I have a gym in my home. So I take them into my gym, I take them into my bathroom, I take them everywhere with me. And it's so much fun.
Love the way she says it. And yeah, you really were starting what became reality television. Here you were doing all these things that, like
no
you
one
said,
had done that.
No one had done that.
And it was, I mean, if you would think that something that you shoot with a small camera would turn out to be our television today, I mean, the industry was shocked that people would buy this and do this. And so then they just went, okay, we're going to do it. There's no cost, no overhead.
Right.
So they did it.
Yeah.
They copied
You
it.
don't have to pay actors, you barely pay writers.
Yeah, all the stage, the big, huge $100,000 cameras were lost. And all the cameramen, you need a couple of cameras. I only used one camera for Welcome to My Home. And it cost me $5,000 to make Welcome to My Home, okay? And they're thinking, if she can do that and bring in 3 million people, we're going to do it.
Right.
Okay? That's exactly how that went.
Now, what inspired you to finally write the book? What went one day that you said, you know what, I want to tell this story?
Because they've been involved. What they can do, they're so powerful that they can get involved into the court system. And this is an important book on so many different levels because it shows you what can be done in our courts. If you ever, God forbid, if you ever have to go through a divorce or go to court, you can see what is really done. I tell my people to read Operation Greylord, which is a story about an FBI sting where 65 attorneys and 85 judges went to prison for taking under-the-table money, and they got them exchanging the money in the judges' chambers. So I tell them to be aware of this. And so they got involved in my divorces. My ex-husband was an attorney. He was involved with the Bell family. And they ended up leaving me homeless twice, meaning without a home and without any spousal support twice, in multi-million-dollar divorces. It's almost, now I'm...
That's it right there?
There
Greylord?
it is. There's Operation Greylord.
Wow.
And so now I'm going back into court to unravel the sale of my home that they stole from me and straighten everything out. And I want the Bell family and the mafia out of my court cases. That's why I wrote this, honestly. Just to get them out of my life forever, once and for all, and to let everyone know what they did to me. And so that's why I wrote it. And it turned it, and it's also a memoir. I mean, I wanted to write a memoir. And so it's a beautiful book. It's got 70 pictures, mostly taken by Harry Langdon, the finest photographer, and our friend Jeff, who is here today.
I do.
Jeff Knight.
I work with Jeff.
Jeff Knight's got me in the Globe right now.
Oh, yeah.
And he took a picture there. So Jeff is here today covering this, but Harry Langdon is one of the most famous photographers on earth, and I started with him at age 19, so I have these beautiful poster shots and beautiful headshots and gown shots of me in Europe. So it covers my life photographically in color. That's a Jeff Knight picture in the pink dress.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that's right.
in the book.
I like
that's
that
at
one.
Renee Taylor's house. We took that at Renee Taylor's house.
And then there's this one right here.
Yeah, he did that one too. That's the same dress in the Globe.
You're in the Globe.
So these, I mean, the pictures are stunning. Can you hand me? Oh, we don't have them anymore.
What did you
need? They have them. There's Renee looking adorable.
Oh, they're there.
Renee read my book and she reviewed my book, and Shirley Jones read my book and she reviewed my book. So we have those reviews on my website. And I'm so honored to have these two divas, those two strong women.
There she is right there.
To honor my book and read my book and like my book. So anyway, so also some of the people in the book are, there are pictures of me and Mike Nader. We did a play together with Tennessee Williams, who was involved in it, called Boo Carré.
Wow.
And so I worked
Right there?
opposite Mike, yes. And Mike and I had a love affair. I put my love affairs in the book, too, obviously.
We're going to read a couple chapters about the love affair.
There's Mike.
There's Mike.
Come on. I
want to leave them wanting more, and I want to hear the dirt off camera.
I worked opposite him in a play where I had to wear a silk slip and garters, and he had to wear his boxer shorts. Please.
Tennessee Williams.
There's Tennessee Williams.
There's Tennessee. This is very sad. I won't even tell you what happened in that chapter.
Okay, wait, can you hold that?
Yes.
We're going to run away to the people who pay for everything. And then we're going to come back and we're going to get more dirt on Actors E Hollywood Story. That was weird. Brenda Dickson, everybody! We're all
Oh
in
my
fun today.
goodness, there's so many people here. There must be, how many people? 150 people? 200?
200 people. Hello, everyone. Well, I mean, again, that's the great thing about social media now. You can reach your fans. I mean, we have the chatters blowing up over there, and your Facebook people are just obviously going to camp out at your house, which isn't creepy at all.
I love it. No, I love my Facebook people. They're so sweet, all of them.
Isn't it nice? It is nice. It's
adorable.
nice to be able to get reach your fans like that. But you want to show us,
okay,
I want
so
everybody to
this
see the
is-
quality of this book, because the pictures in here are phenomenal.
This is my true hidden Hollywood story, and the quality, I did this on acid-free white paper, and you can just see that the quality of the pictures are absolutely gorgeous. Oh, there's a light on it. Maybe you can't see.
I can see.
And this is a picture
There
of me
you
in
are
a
right there.
hat. Yeah, the pictures in this book are so beautiful.
Where was
And
that taken?
There's 50. Oh, that was taken. There's a story behind that.
Yeah?
That picture was taken at the Paramount lot. It was the first shoot that I did when I got Young and the Restless. And Dino De Laurentiis
Look at
heard
that
about
smirk
me.
right there. You know, you're like, here I come, everybody.
Dino De Laurentiis heard I was on the lot, and he hunted me down, and I ended up in his office. I really didn't know who he was, and he said, I'm doing a King Kong film, and I want you to play the lead in the film. I said, well, I'm under
Wow.
contract for 7 years to Columbia. And so I asked Bell for an out, because he asked me to ask him for an out, and Bell said, no, you can't
There
do
he is
it.
right there.
You're under contract to us. And there's Dino, yes. So I ended up in his office, and he wanted me to, I lost King Kong from being under contract to the Young and the Restless. What can I say? And I couldn't get an agent. This was so sad. 6 months after I was fired, I won Best Villainess People's Choice Award, Dick Clark special.
And the winner is Brenda Dickson.
Surprised. I've been enjoying seeing all my other favorite people win, and I didn't expect to win. This is fabulous. I'd like to thank Jean Cooper, who's given me the incentive in many scenes to be a super bitch. I'd like to thank my audience for voting for me, and I'm just thrilled. Thank you, Soap Opera Digest, and Dick Clark for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
So I couldn't get an agent. A girl who was the highest paid actress in daytime television And I couldn't get an agent because they blacklisted me. It was very sad. So I left town and married. Here's another picture.
This lady's got comedic timing that she doesn't even know
I
about.
married an attorney to try and help me. But
there's Joan right there.
no one could fight these people. Joan. Oh, wonderful actress.
Joan?
Love her.
Yeah.
And she changed all of television because she gave women, when I started in the business, they used to say, well, you're going to be all washed up at 25. Well, Joan Collins was like 55 when she started Dynasty, and she continued on that show. So she changed the whole age bracket for women, and now we have Joan Rivers, who's almost 80, still working, looking gorgeous.
Yeah.
So it's all changed. The whole thing is all changed, which is just great for girls in Hollywood now.
Well, it's because of, women like you that fought for it. People don't realize that. It's very easy for them nowadays. But I think one thing that I did like that you tapped on is it's very different for a woman or a man in Hollywood because, there's Joan right there. That's crazy.
her.
They're like, after 25, you're done.
Yes,
Whereas
yes.
a male, he goes through this, he's going to mature to look like this and like this. Well, women become
Exactly.
more beautiful. Women become more elegant, but Hollywood.
I liked Fred.
I like a woman, not a girl. But no, they do.
Okay, you're hired back, Brett.
I'm hired back now. Yeah. No, it's very true. It's certain things you don't want to see a girl that doesn't know what she's doing. You want to see a woman who knows her part, or can be that character, not a young girl playing some older character that she would never even understand.
Right.
And that it is such a tough time, and that you
Yeah.
really, really did. That's why, guys, I don't have the book with me anymore. Check out the book. You have some amazing stories in there. I didn't know what to talk about today because I was like, I don't know what I'm allowed to tell.
Right.
There's so much in the
we're
book.
Not telling too much, but all of my lovers are in there, and all of my lovers were famous, so I put them in, like Richard
There it is right there.
Thomas, and of course Mike Nader was one of my lovers, and Barry Goldwater Jr. when he was running for congressman and became a congressman, and he was my first lover, and so I put them in there, and
I love the way you
Thompson.
say lover.
Lover. This is my lover. And Ernest Thompson was in there, who wrote On Golden Pond when he was with me. There's a picture of Richard. And that's when we dated. I was 19 and he was 17.
Wow.
And such a wonderful, brilliant actor. And such a wonderful person in addition to that. So I put all of my love interests in the book. So as you go through my life, you read about...
It's a pop-up, too, in the book.
We don't want to say what that pop-up is.
What? It's the pop-up book, right?
It's a pop-up book. And so I'm not going to even touch
I didn't say
on
anything.
I'm not
I was just
touching
referring to
on that.
pictures.
Okay.
There's another joke. But please, continue after that.
So anyway, so all my lovers and my husbands are in the book. And it takes you up until now, right now. So from age 17, going through Hollywood, and I really didn't mean for it to be sort of a guide for actors. It's really a memoir, but a lot of actresses, it's so funny, came up to me while I was writing the book. I used to go to La Blanca and proofread the book because my secretary was right next door, and a beautiful little blonde comes up to me who's waiting on me. She says, I know who you are, and I'm having so much trouble getting in the business. What do I do? And I said, you've got to buy my book. She said, I will. And then the other day I was buying MAC Cosmetics, and a girl had won Miss California like I did, and she says, I don't know what to do now to get started in the business. I said, read my book. She said, I'll order it. So if you're an actor getting started in business, you really must read my book, and then if you're really, really popular, thinking of you're on a series and you're going to move someplace else, you should read my book to protect yourself what may come next.
We have a question.
Yes, fascinating, interesting, beautiful, powerful. These are the chatter responses.
Oh, thank
today.
that. Oh, no.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
no,
you.
One of the chatters says, tell us a little bit more about your TV stuff.
Oh, tell us more a little bit about your TV stuff.
Well, in the book, I go behind the scenes of The Young and the Restless, which...
Wow, what a great shot that is.
Oh, that shot is... that's with Frances Fisher and Bob Crane. That was Send Me No Flowers. That was one of the plays that I did for 3 months, and that was so much fun. I played the dream girl, and the other one is
Hubba Hubba.
James Drury, who is in the back, the director. He created Cheers. I was so fortunate to work with him.
Wow.
A fabulous director who directed Friends, And that's me as a young 21-year-old holding my Young and the Restless book.
Wow. It's a great shot.
Very sweet. Memorizing my lines.
Now, let me ask you this. Who was, if you said, out of a lot of, obviously, everybody that you worked with, who was the one that you really felt was most enjoyable? Or one that was most enjoyable, that you just absolutely adored working with?
I love working with Mike Nader. He was really a joy to work with. Recently passed Gene, no, can we, are we going to edit? Can we edit? No, or this is live?
Yep.
And scene.
Oh, sorry.
Nobody caught it.
Okay,
Nobody knows.
So this is live.
We'll just freeze.
This is live?
We're live.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay, recently passed Jean Cooper. She, you know, it's a very sad story. She was a struggling alcoholic, and I go into what William Bell did to her. He had her play a struggling alcoholic. And of course, as you know, an actor drums up these feelings for the feeling for a drink or a craving for a drink. Yes, that's Jean. Recently passed, in fact, very sadly passed. She was 84 years old.
Corbin Bernsen's mother.
Yeah.
Corbin's mother, yes. Yeah. And so I go into how we were treated as actors behind the scene, and you really need to know, as an actor, what can go on behind the scenes. And this man, this William Bell, did not like to create stories. He wanted to be the puppet master and sort of run people's lives and have them play their own lives on the air. Not good, especially with someone who has something as serious as that. So it was very difficult for her, and I wrote some of the things that she went through in my book, and other actors as well. It was made difficult for us to perform, and they drove a lot of actors out of their roles. And
that's very important. You know, you said earlier, you said it's a memoir, but it's a guidebook in a way, because it has heart. It's you going through these things. It's you recognizing all these things that were happening around you, and so that people can learn from those experiences. I mean, like that back then they were using actors like cattle. That, you know, okay, well,
Well, it was the producers made no money off the rating points. CBS owned the rating points. So here was the hitch. They could hire their family, which they did, and their friends. And so when the ratings fell, they fell hard when I left. I mean, the 9 rating points never came back. And they did this because they got the same flat fee no matter what. Whether the ratings were 11 million people when I did the show or 3 million people watching, they got the same flat fee. So they had all their family and all their friends working on the show, and this is what they did with the show. And they made it difficult for an actor to perform, like myself and other actors. They would actually push them out of their roles. So that's in the book.
Wow. We have another question from a fan. You have a lot of fans on the internet, young lady.
Hi.
Yes, Brenda, the question is, soaps move very fast and have a lot of lines. Can you help other actors? Any hints on how to memorize your lines?
That's a great question. Yes, soaps is a whole different type of acting.
Yes.
What advice do you have for people that want to break into soaps? Because it's...
we had 15 to 30 pages of night dialogue, and I would have to work sometimes till 11 o'clock at night, from 6 in the morning to 11, and then come home and memorize lines. And on the weekends, you memorize your lines. You do take a highlighter pencil and highlight across the lines, a yellow highlighter. That helps you remember. It helps the words pop a little more. That's the only advice. It is very hard work to do a soap opera and to memorize all those lines and to work every day, which I did. And I go into that in the book, how they got rid of me and Terry Lester and other actors on the show, and how they could make it difficult for you to work. And they started working me on weekends, so I didn't have that pocket of time to memorize that dialogue for the next 5 days because I carried the show. So I go into it. It's a fascinating story. Any actor should
What's this right here?
read this book. This is an example. This is a very good thing for an actor to do if they're trying to memorize their lines. It just helps you remember the words better.
Well, I think every actor has their own thing, but but with soaps, we're like, I only know from what I've been told and what and I saw Tootsie, but at the beginning, in the morning, were they changing lines on you a lot? I've been told that in soaps that suddenly they'll be like, rewrite,
Yes.
learn it, here we go, live.
Yes, they would edit out sometimes pages, paragraphs. Yes, they would change a lot of things.
Throw you into the fire.
Throw you into the fire. I enjoyed it.
She's so much fun. We'll be right back, everybody. We got to go pay some people. You're watching Actors E. What? We have to pay people, don't we? No, I mean, we have to go watch some really people that we like a lot. Is that better? Goodbye. That's the way you sell your book. You just go, because your life will be better. It will be, no, because it really is a great book.
As an actor, yes, or as anybody. It's something everybody should
Yeah,
read.
it's got a lot of heart. And I'll tell you one thing that I want to give you props for is that there's the book right there, is that a year after you were, kicked from The Young and the Restless, that's when you won for Best Villainess, right?
Yes.
And you were so
It was
classy.
a few months later.
Was it a few months? That was the one that was a
Yeah,
few months
it's like-
later.
yeah.
You were so classy about it. You were so just, grateful, not bitter at all the stuff that was going on, which again is a smart tip for an actor. You have to deal with this
I
game
don't
that's
know.
going on.
I don't know. I was suing William Bell for $11 million, and he cleared out all of the villainous cast, and they weren't there, just his daughter, and the storyline he wrote. And he was sitting right in front of me when I was talking with my award. And basically, I think that everything that happened to me was hidden. You'll see in the book how they hid it, how they hid everything. And actually, I wasn't fired in the sense that my contract was up. I gave them a year's notice I was leaving. They fired me to ruin my reputation. They wore me down, I got ill, and they fired me when I was ill.
So you were trying to move on.
And replaced me in one day, and they didn't want me to move on. And so this is how they did this. And it's all in the book. And it's interesting. It's really like a little spider web. You have to read it.
Yeah.
Because the behind the scenes, nobody could ever dream of this. It's called My True Hidden Hollywood Story. And you can pick it up on my website, www.brendadickson.com. So do it.
Right there.
It's a great book. Everyone's enjoying it. There's talk of it being made into a movie right now. So
Right on.
maybe I'll cast some of you out there in the film.
You're going to get a lot of Facebooks now. me. Now, if they want to order it, they can get it on iPad. They can get it on all those.
All
the different devices.
The phones, everything. It's
What about
on
a book
everything.
on tape? Will you do a book on tape?
Yes, I'm going to do that.
That'd be awesome. I'd love
I'm
to
gonna
just
do
hear you
that.
go, hi, everybody. Because you have that voice. You have a great voice for like
Oh,
a...
thank you.
Although
Thank
in
you.
this era, it's not a book on tape anymore, is it?
We have another question from the audience.
We
here.
do.
Yes, it's an audience member. Brenda, so would you be interested in doing another reality show?
Oh, would you be interested in doing another reality show?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I could write, produce, and direct my reality show. I'm in court this month to clear up all of this stuff and get my property in California. And then after that, it is very possible that I'll do another reality show, that I'll do my own reality show.
You should. That'd be fun.
It would be great fun.
Yeah.
Easy to do. No lines to memorize. You just sort of talk.
Be your thing.
Be fun. Yeah.
I'd actually like to see you do almost, I think this might be fun, a spoof of your older one. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
redo it. I think that'd be really fun to watch.
That would be fun because
do
everything's
like a modern day
changed.
spoof. Totally.
I could do it. I could do it. Welcome to my home, 2013. Everything has changed.
That'd be awesome.
The diet, exercise, everything has
Right,
changed.
exactly. That'd be really
So
funny.
it'd be fun. Yes.
Well, you know what? The one thing is the fans.
Great idea, Brett.
Thank
Wait, let
you.
me write that down.
I'm gonna.
Oh,
we're
God,
gonna
yeah.
do it together.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you can come on. You can announce. Pepper's
I
trying to
play
get
you?
in here. Yes, you can play me. You'll need a blonde wig, though.
I'll need a lot more than that.
A couple of cantaloupes should be fun.
There you go.
couple of vavu vavu.
One of the chatters wants to know, Brenda, are you on Twitter?
Are you on Twitter? That's so funny. Before you even answer that, I wanted to say that to the fans. You know, here you are being harshed on Amazon, and just one thing, this and that. But that's part of it. But fans, go get her, go help her.
I'm on
tell the
Twitter.
people about her book. Like the Twitter fans, the Facebook fans. They're out there for you. They love you. Squash those angry people.
Yes, yes. If you have a Kindle, if you have a Barnes & Noble Nook,
This is your IMDb.
don't forget to give me a review, okay?
Well, let's make sure everybody knows your stuff. This is your website, BrendaDickson.com.
Yes, that's it.
There's the IMDb page.
Yes,
And there's your Facebook. Is that Facebook? Facebook, yes.
yes.
And Twitter, @Brenda Dickson.
Yes.
And that's me. That's clowntown.tv, Hong Kong.
Oh.
Which we're going to have to bring in for a
What
spoof.
what is this now? What is this? A movie or
this
what?
Is, I have speaking of the web, I started my own short film about a year and a half ago, and now we have 2 million views on the internet.
It's a film? Is it
One film. Well, I now shoot a lot of films.
You shoot films?
I shoot films.
And then you put them on the internet?
Put them on the internet.
Oh, you'll have to cast me in something.
I will have to. Are you kidding me? I want to do a spoof with her. That'd be fun. You've been wonderful. We've run out of time, but thank you for coming,
Well,
darling.
thank you. I so enjoyed
You're
it.
a delight.
It was a great time.
I'm telling you, you should see this lady in person. She's thank you to, what are we doing? Oh, yes. Thank you to all our viewers out there. We love you guys. Every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Hollywood time. Without you, it would just be us sitting in a room, and that'd be weird. Great job to Ann Media
I didn't
and
know
Pepper
that.
Tate.
Lovely,
Look
lovely.
at that. Nice.
Oh,
You can hold that.
nice. Can I?
Whoa, is it
Oh,
heavy?
it's heavy.
Ooh.
I've held Shirley Jones's Oscar. This is heavier. This is worth more money?
Come by, everybody. Come by. See you next time. What's that? Actors Eat Chat Show? Happens to be my favorite in the morning. I want nothing but a cup of coffee, a bottle of Kahlua, 6 naked girls. Wait, no, that's not right. Actors Eat Chat Show.
Right. The whole thing.
She didn't flop. My favorite part about it was she didn't flop at all, but then she goes, "Are we live?"
Brett and I are going to now go have an affair. This is what they do in Hollywood.
That's
It's
how it
called
works, right?
The casting chair, okay? We don't have a couch, but we have a chair.
What are you talking about? We're going to go check out my van.
Brett, does that mean you get a chapter?
Do I get a chapter? I get like the extended chapters. I'm like in the liner
Oh,
notes.
yeah, right. I'm gonna
Thanks
have to,
for the fling to
Brett
Brett.
has to be written into my book now, okay?
Somewhere there. Oh, you were
That's
wonderful.
funny. It was fun. We had a good time. This really isn't going to happen with the book or the chair. That was just a joke, okay? A joke, all right?
Can I have a little drinky and see what happens?
All right, no, don't drink. I don't drink. Pepper's not drinking.
Don't drink it?
This is not that
Soda
kind.
pop.
It's a family show.
It is a
okay?
family show.
It's a family show.
It is a family show.
Okay.
Yeah, because the kids are going to be reading your book.
Well, they'll have to be like 15 or over. There's one chapter in there that's a little,
you know,
not too much. It's not R-rated.
It's
though.
all in the way you read it.
It's G-rated.
It's the way you read it.
Did
It's
you
like,
read that chapter?
So we had an affair, and then we went down to the nasty man who took my money. It's all the way. The kids won't know what it's
Yeah,
about.
they won't know what
They
it's
won't
about.
know.
No.
So you can read it
So
to your
you
friends,
can
and
read
then the
it to
kids
your
can
friends,
sleep.
Yeah, and it's not bad. No, it's not too bad.
It's not.
Okay, we're done. Bye.
Bye-bye now.
That was
Thank you,
fun.
kids.
Okay, let's see. No more pictures, please. No.
Oh, okay. Off we go.
No more, please.
One more.
Oh, look, it's really
One
working.
more.
Look at me.
Enough, Jeff Knight.
He's chasing us. Run! Run!
My
Yes.
true hit Hollywood story.
Amazing. I have to tell you.
Well, that's what I liked about it is it was real. It wasn't like
You
I said-
actually read my book? Did you like order it on the Amazon or something?
Well, they sent me pre-stuff on it, and I
they
liked
did.
how everything was real. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna have a Hollywood story that's just because I was in Hollywood. You were the goods, lady. She's got the goods. I loved it.
It's a
I can't wait
it's a
to read the whole
fabulous
thing.
story. I can't wait till they make it into a movie because there's so many, all the young talent, beautiful talent will be in this film because it starts very young. So I start very young in it, at 17 on. So,
I love the pictures.
And I've got all the posters.
Because I don't read too good.
The guys like to look at the poster shots. Let's get real.
They
Okay?
do,
like
they
that.
do.
Yeah.
I gotta go back to
This is a
work.
fun
I'll
show.
leave
She
them.
has to work. She actually owns
Bye,
this
Pep.
show. It's
Bye,
called
Jeff.
Bye-bye,
Live
Pepper.
I don't have to do
Thank you,
anything
Jeff
but
Knight.
hang out with
Thank you,
for a little
Pepper.
while.
Tell me when I'm on.